Hi there, Robin here, and in this video we are going to be talking about this guy right here, which is from Pyle. It's the PLRMR23BTW. It's one of their marine radios. It's got Bluetooth on it, it's got MP3 player options on the front of it, it's got an AM/FM tuner, it's got RCA outputs on the back, plus it's got a lot of great features built inside. We are going to look at the harness for the unit. We're going to talk a little bit about it. So the first thing we're going to want to do is talk about the overall features and how the unit works. Just like any marine radio, there is a trick to taking this little cover off, and in this case, even though if we look in the back, the clips look like they're on the side, they are really on the top and the bottom. So all you need to do is get under the top, and then that's it. The cover part is off. Now remember, this is very small little clips under here. All these radios have this issue. The clips are very small. When you're taking it and looking at it, you do want to find where the clips are. These aren't the clips on the side. This is just to line it up. Clips are there. By pulling it up a little bit, it basically releases the clip unless you pull it off. That's what we got to do there. The radio itself is 75 watts times 4. That's 300 in total, and that's their peak output power. So I'm going to say probably 4 times 45 watts, but that is still a lot of power to go with. So we do need to get this basket off, which is, by the way, also very universal for most baskets. So if you have something in the boat right now, you're going to do a little trick to see if the new one's going to fit right in there, because this is a single DIM, so this is very easy to operate. If you have a radio in the boat, you're going to pull the radio out of the boat, grab the new basket, slide the radio in. If it locks into place, the odds are you don't have to replace your basket. You'll be able to slide this in, and it'll also lock into that unit. To install these, you basically get this in the actual cutout, push these pins up, and that's going to actually lock this basket in place, and then you'll be able to slide the radio in. Make sure the cut is just perfect, because just like all these baskets from every manufacturer, there's not a lot of play on here. So with the basket, either you're going to be cutting it out. If it goes in the glove box, maybe it's going to slide right back into a place of an existing one. But if you are going to use a splash guard, so if it's not in the glove box or anywhere sheltered, you get yourself one of these guys right here, which is... So here, this is a splash guard. This doesn't come included, so you're going to want to buy this extra, but this is definitely going to protect it. This goes in the back, it stops the water from going in. It's got a rubber membrane going all around it. This closes tight, snaps in closed, and there you go. So that's going to be ready to go. Now, to install this, you are going to have to make a cutout, of course. You're going to be cutting out for this size here. You've got this white gap here between the screws and the actual unit. That's what you're shooting for. This will then let the basket go right inside of here. Now it's a little bit of trickery to get this in here, but it will fit in here. So getting this in there sometimes is tight. You may decide to file it down, but if you do some effort and work it in there, it'll be in there nice and perfect. A lot easier to set up. And now all I need to do is bend my flanges back, and that'll be fine. Now the radio itself will slide in just like this into the unit, and then that will lock in place. That's all you got to do. Splash guards are always the best way to go. If you decide to go with a full splash guard, this is an accessory that you can add to it, and this is pretty much what it's going to look like when it's done. You're going to be able to put the basket inside the actual splash guard, then slide the radio with the trim plate on it right inside. Once it's in there, it's ready to go. What do you do at that point? There, of course, all you got to do is supply yourself with the actual 6 screws. That'll go right back into the boat. You will be all set. So let's take a moment and power this up. So to power it up, we do have to make the connections on the actual harness. Now, color codes tend to be very standard with harnesses. Doesn't matter what brand it is. If it was done in the last 50 years, these colors will pretty much be standard. But it's important to know what they do, because at the end of the day, the actual plug itself is proprietary by the brand and usually by the model. So it's rare that you're going to have one of these fit if you didn't buy the exact same radio when you wanted to replace it. So what do we need? We're going to need to power this up 3 wires. Why 3 wires? Because we're going to have an accessory wire. This is what keeps the clock running, like in our car. So this, when we take the key out or turn off the boat, power goes off, everything's going to go off on the unit, but when we turn it back on the next time, it'll still have memory for the radio, and all the settings will still be there, and the clock will work. But we do need to get the whole thing running, and that's what the yellow wire is. The yellow wire is our constant power. That's our positive on our battery or on our breaker box, and then of course the ground. This is a 12 volt system, of course, so it all runs at 12. And to make it happen, we're going to take both the actual power. So if you don't have an option on your boat for accessories and you don't care about losing your memory every single time, you're going to take these two wires and connect them both to an on-off switch or the main power switch or directly to the battery. Now remember, if you connect them directly to the battery, everything will be on all the time, which is good, and you'll be able to turn it off and on from the actual unit. You just got to remember to do that. Off to the side here, I do have an actual power source so we can run it, and I am going to tie this back for safety purposes here, just because I do not want it to be anywhere near. Plug that in. Now all the rest of these wires are speaker wires. 4 speakers, 2 for the front left and right, 2 for the back left and right. There's also one odd wire, which is right here. This is called a remote wire. This is if you're going to plug an amplifier into it, or if you have a powered antenna. This is going to turn the amplifier on and off with the radio, so you don't have to worry about, turning on the amplifier separately. That's what the blue wire is for. So there you go. We're all ready here. We're going to turn this guy around. We're going to turn our power on now. Now all we need to do is hit the power button up here, and this should bring it up. There we go. Now, I know a lot of people have issues with how bright this is, and that's because you have it on a boat and it's daylight. If you're looking at it in the morning or at dusk or in the evening, it would be just fine. Problem is that if you've got tons of sun on here, the sun's going to overpower this. So it's just the way it is. There's not much you can do. You probably maybe think ahead of time on how you're going to, shade it, that sort of thing. But outside of that, this is as bright as it would be in a car, just that unfortunately you're in a sunny place. It's a good problem to have. The unit brings all the actual buttons around the main volume knob right here. And it also declutters everything down here to make this as big as possible. Like I said, it has Bluetooth in it, and you can go through the modes on the actual unit. So if I press the button, we get our bass control, then our treble, then our balance to the left and right, fade front to back, EQ, built-in option, so we can go from classic, rock, pop, all of that's built right into the unit. Loudness options, so we can kind of boost up the sound for lower volume play. Local and distance for the radio, stereo or mono for the radio. Clock setting, do we want it in 12 or do we want it, set for 24-hour cycles? That's pretty much it. Everything else is automatic. Again, if I press this button here, which is also the power button, every time I tap it, I'm now in auxiliary, which is located right here. Press it again, Bluetooth mode, so I can pair off to it. By the way, this does operate as a speakerphone. There is a microphone built into it right there. Back to radio mode, which is our AM/FM options. And that pretty much covers it for this unit here. It's all in the plastic housing. They're pretty smart. They can get all this done this way now. And again, like I said, power-wise, I'm not too upset about it. It's got lots of power for a head unit. If you're looking for speakers to put with it, those would be like the PLRMR22. Again, that's the PLRMR62. There are 2-way speakers. You can plug 4 of them onto here. The important thing about this radio, just like all marine radios like this, you do want to run 4 ohm speakers on it. Don't put 8 ohms. You're just going to stress it out and cut its life in half or even worse than that. That's pretty much it. There's not a whole heck of a lot more to talk about than that on the unit. It's very easy to use, very nice to install. People enjoy using it. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. It's incredibly affordable. I mean, you can buy this, accidentally sink the boat, and just buy another one. That's how easy it is. Now, yes, it is marine grade, so it does have a shock resistancy to it, and the circuit board inside has been lacquer coated to minimize any oxidization to the unit. That's why it's marine. It does come in white, like we see here, and it also is available in black. That's pretty much it for this video here. Like I said, easy enough radio to use, easy enough to install. If you have an existing radio on the boat and you just want to swap it out or install a new one, you can't really go wrong with a unit like this. Straightforward basket setup, straightforward to actually get the wiring all set up, and then you're good. Remember, you are going to need to buy yourself an antenna and, of course, the cover plate if you need it. Like I say, thanks for watching. That pretty much covers everything on this radio today. Maybe we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.